I'll eat whatever. As long as it's hot. I haven't had a hot meal in a day now. Shower, a hot meal, a bed. Simplest things in life. You ride your bike a bunch and then it's the best.
The Atlas Mountains, ancient monoliths conjured up from desert sands. The range separates North Africa from the vast and unforgiving Sahara. Snow-capped peaks and lunar landscapes are crisscrossed by broken roads and remote colonial piste. A 1,200 kilometre network of lines that weave their way over high passes, through scorched plains and into lush oases, along some of the most remote and grueling terrain in Morocco. My name is Nelson Trees, and I put together this route and this race so the world's most adventurous cyclists could come and test their limits out on these paths. This is their story, the story of the Atlas Mountain Race.
How do you feel, John?
Pretty good, man.
Wait. Okay, now.
So we're in Marrakech for the start of the inaugural Atlas Mountain Race in 2020. About to race 1,150k.
Bit of nerves in the morning, which is pretty natural. It's a new event, a lot of people here, but we're all here in Morocco. And look, everyone's all kitted out. It's just really cool. It's a really cool thing to see. I'm really excited for this.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The start of the race pulls no punches. The climbing begins almost immediately, and after a lung-busting 117 kilometers and 4,000 meters of elevation gain, the riders reach the top of Tizi en Telouet Pass. Race favourites Soufiane Sehili and JP Tavari quickly make their way towards the front.
It's tough. Yeah, happy with progress, but feeling more broken than I was hoping I was going to be after less than a day in.
Yeah. Well done. Ah!
top of the climb offers little respite, as the race leads into an obscure, rocky descent down an old mule path. Littered with stones and often difficult to find, the riders pick their way down the mountain trail. While some are able to ride sections, most elect to walk the majority of the descent.
It's alright. I left my donkey up there. It's interesting, it's beautiful. Can't quite believe what kind of terrain you're in. I'm just trying to figure out how you got here.
I popped so hard on that climb. Nico, it's 205B.
Ah, your partner is up there and has ordered food already.
Wonderful news. That's why he's my partner.
And do you have a nice quote?
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't go off route no matter how bad you want to.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
We've got day 0, hour 12, minute 28.
Look at that.
Not too bad.
That's all right. Had a bit of fun with it.
It's good. Ta-da!
Day 1. We're here in Toulouse at the first check-in. What time is it actually? So it's 9:30, which is all right. We started at 9, so 12.5 hours. That's all right. So yeah, the day itself was beautiful. The scenery that we got to see was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, no, it was just a great day.
One of the toughest days I've ever had on a bike, I think. Just that climb. We knew it was going to be hiker bike coming down, but sort of everybody, there was just like this stream of ants going up the far side.
Certainly, I mean, there was a lot of climbing, but nevertheless, climbing with the sights that you get to see, it was great.
Then you get to the top, it's cold. We got there just as the sun was setting, and then just, big rocks, bike going not where you wanted it to, couldn't see where you were going. Yeah, it's not cycling. Not sure it's fun.
I mean, things could be worse, right? I mean, it's a Saturday. If you were at home, what would you be doing on a Saturday? Nothing. And instead, traipsing around, getting some tea, having a meal. It's going to be pretty sweet.
I think today was type 3 fun. So type 1 fun you enjoy while you're doing it. Type 2 fun is afterwards. Type 3 needs at least a year before you appreciate it.
At 300 kilometers, riders make their way up into a lunar landscape. Where before there were snow-capped peaks and almond trees, now there is only rock, dust and sagebrush. After 24 hours, former professional road cyclist Christian Meyer has the lead. Having competed in the Tour de France, he is one of the most accomplished athletes to ever attempt this type of long-distance race. Meyer is tailed closely by Sofiane, a Paris bike courier famed for his ability to ride huge distances on no sleep, and coming off of 2 big wins on last year's ultra-distance race circuit. As the sun rises, so too does the temperature. The riders have covered a huge distance with no access to food or water, and must now navigate a stunning yet technical descent to make it to the next town and resupply. I'm not really enjoying myself, if I'm honest. It's quite... I feel very battered.
Stop. Avance. Avance. There.
Qu'est-ce que maintenant?
Hein?
Amène.
Attends, dime que era outro.
One more. It was really hard in the beginning. It just seemed never to end. But then it was amazing. Have you seen those canyons? They are just amazing. Never seen something like this in real.
Behind Christian and Sofiane, James Hayden and JP Tavari are neck and neck, and moving quickly to finish the biggest paved climb of the course. As night falls, Christian and Sofiane are only a few kilometers apart in their race towards the town of Tasnacht. There, riders will have the chance to stock up on food, or even shower and spend the night in a hotel.
You know what I would love right now? A shower, a hot meal, and a bed. Nah, just kidding. I wanna ride my fucking bike.
Yeah, Sofiane hasn't slept since, well, before the race. And it doesn't look like he's going to stop tonight. I think he may stop tomorrow night. We'll see. It depends on what kind of a lead he's got, I guess. If he's got a cushion, then it's possible. As Christian looks like he's going to stop. Yeah, maybe have a little bit less pressure. As Sofiane rides on, not only does Christian stop for the night, he stops his race entirely, dropping out due to some serious saddle sores. Now it's up to Jay and James to see if they can catch the Parisian.
Ça va et toi?
C'est toi qui fais les temps bosser?
Ça va. Ça c'est son commentaire. Voilà.
I've been riding for 50 hours without sleep. And without sleep, I mean 0 minutes of sleep. But I'm okay because I got coffee. Yeah, the road is crap. Pretty much all the time. Sometimes we do have pavement, but it's always uphill. We never get downhill pavement, never. Also, it's really hot, except at night where it's really cold. So yeah, you should come and do it. You're gonna have fun, or maybe you're gonna hate it. It's all in good fun anyway. Yeah? Yeah? You wanna see some nice cyclist tan? Pretty cool, huh? Told you it was sunny here.
Je compte combien je te dois après, d'accord? C'est comme si j'allais pas les manger.
Merci pour l'accueil, le café.
Sofiane takes his sandwiches to go and further opens up his lead. Meanwhile, James Hayden has moved into second, with JP Tavari hot on his heels.
Desert's kind of weird. It's all brown. It's dry.
It's funny because the trail is constantly changing. The surface of it. Pavement. Shitty loose rocks. Fast dirt. I can only ride as strong as I can. And I'm not willing to risk as much as I used to, I guess, anymore. And sleep and things, so I'll just keep plugging away. However it turns out, it's fine. I might be getting old.
964 kilometers into the race, Canadian ultra-endurance athlete Jenny Tuff is the top woman in the field. The top female finisher at the first ever Silk Road mountain race in Kyrgyzstan, and on a mission to run across a mountain range on every populated continent, Jenny is no stranger to long, hard days.
I'm sleeping about 3 hours a night. I'm not a very fast cyclist, so I just get by on as little sleep as I can. Basically get up really early every morning, start plodding, and then the sun comes up and all the boys come screaming past me. And then they go to bed early and they have a nice long sleep, and I just keep going, and that's how we keep the same pace. How you doing? Why are there stairs? Who thought of this? Oh, that's confronting. It's going downhill fast. I think we're in CB3, which I am led to believe is the last checkpoint, but I don't actually really look ahead. Yep. Last checkpoint. One more stamp to collect. According to this, 5 days and 3 hours into the race. God, that sounds like a long time.
What up, Peachy?
Just act natural. My goal was always just to finish, and like I'm not a very competitive person, so my goal was always just to finish. And I don't look at the dots ever, so I don't let myself get caught up in that. But obviously, since the first day, people have been coming up to me and telling me that I'm in first place, and obviously that's starting to seep in. And now I'm at the last checkpoint. Like I'm starting to be willing to admit to myself that I do really want it. You know, I've held on to it for this long. It'd be a nice thing to win. But at the same time, I really want the other girls to do really well, so I'm not very good at competing.
How do you feel?
Like a dead animal.
Like a dead animal?
Yeah. If you can do this, you are alive. I need a shower.
You can take it.
No.
No, okay.
But I need it. Oh, it's crazy. When you can smell yourself during the climb, it's too late.
It's too late.
Allez, bon retour pour voyage.
Merci.
Merci de rien. On va chercher ça là.
It's a
Be it on the 5th day of racing, or even the 1st, the moment will arrive when things begin to unravel. Mechanicals, saddle sores, dehydration, sleep deprivation. To succeed in this race, your bike, your body, and your mind all have to stay together long enough to cross the finish line.
Was also good.
Going good. Been a long last 3 days. We've had some crazy mechanicals. Had like like 5 flats. And one I had to sew the it split, so I blew up. So I had to sew the tire together. That took me like 2 hours. And I did take my shirt and I took the thread from my shirt and I made thread because we didn't bring dental floss this time. We forgot.
Whew. I knew it was going to be really hard, but I think a lot of people probably underestimated this course. And once you're out there, you realize how slow tracking it is and how you had this intention of maybe finishing a little shorter time than you really can. Raw ass, sore hands and feet, you know, stuff like that. But that's to be expected with this type of adventure.
Can you play music for me? But is that cheating?
Definitely brought the wrong bike. So many punctures. Must be double figures now. Had to go and buy extra tubes. Sit in a bar last night, fixing tubes. It's taken a while.
I rode through the night last night, which was probably stupid, but I didn't want to stop because it was too cold. I couldn't feel my hands to take my sleeping stuff out.
Derailleur came loose. Oh shit. Managed to ride with it loose, so I had enough gears to just get by. And then finally came off on the downhill. But you can see how this has been like from the torque when it was a single speed. This got jammed in here so hard that it bent. I had bent it a little bit to try to break this chain out, but it's like, so it's basically taken away now, 4 gears. But then I have to figure out, I've got 200K to go on a bike that doesn't have a chain. So that's an issue. That's my bigger issue.
I was texting my friend and I was like, if you imagine like a house brick and you take 5 house bricks and you keep one as it is, then the second one you break it into 2, the third one you break it into 3, and then 4 and 5. And like that's what the road was for a day.
We were talking about it, I thought I was gonna die. Cause like moving this down rocks is like moving a piano or something. There's actually a piano in the frame bag. Didn't know the media team would roll up.
Yeah.
Maybe no omelettes at home.
It's not good for your digestion, that's all I can say.
Though we have pooed together today, darling.
Yeah, honestly, today, 4 days it's taken.
Couples that poo
This
together.
is awful, yeah. 4 days, it was like a momentous occasion. I was almost tempted to photo it and like keep it for the photos. I decided that was probably a step too far.
Gotta have something to blog, eh?
Oh yeah.
Life on the road.
I must say, actually, although it was, I've had some lows, it's been all very funny as well. Like, even if you're like this dip, and you arrive in the town and you see all these kind of aliens like me on bikes, eggs, drink, food, and everybody's just, I mean, it's just really funny, as if you're all on drugs or something. One big ecstasy party in Morocco.
Hey, what's up? The last 200k.
Yeah.
Fuck. There's this old road, completely washed out, like near cliff, 20 meters down. Pretty good. Let's hope the 150k to the finish is like a bit nicer.
Yeah.
No chance.
With just one night left of racing, James is slowly closing the gap to Sofiane. If one of them cracks or has to sleep, it could be the difference between victory and second place. James has one final shot to try and take the lead. At the front of the race, Sofiane is still moving. After 87 hours of riding and under 2 hours of sleep, he is finally starting to show cracks in his armour.
Honestly, I had no idea this was gonna take so long.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's way slower than I expected.
Yeah.
I thought, because there was so much pavement, I expected it would be faster. But actually, it is so steep.
Yeah.
It's so steep there. Whew. The going is still really slow.
Yeah, you're still going.
I gotta make it now. I'm gonna go to sleep outside when there's a bed waiting for me. There's a bed ready for me right now. Yeah? Alright, cool. Is there a meal?
There's also a meal.
Nice!
There's also a shower.
Shower? Wow. Alright, I'm gonna step up my game.
Ça, je te reconnais, je te vois. Ça va?
Ça va?
Bien, ouais.
Ça va, mec.
Ah, it's nice to sit down. Which makes an elapsed time of, it's difficult to, 6:50 a.m. That's how many hours?
94, 93 and 58 minutes.
That's impressive calculating for this.
We only know this.
It's lack of sleep, seriously.
Not too bad, he says, yeah.
As Sofiane waits, day breaks and James Hayden makes it across the line a mere 2 hours later.
I've never seen so many people.
What time is it?
No, but no.
9:00.
10 minutes late.
9:09.
That's been nice.
9 on the spot.
How-
4 days. Missed it then.
Yeah, just.
How long
Well done, man.
Yeah, thanks. That's pretty. That's pretty long.
The sun passes high noon and JP Tavari enters what will become one of the most infamous sections of the course, the sand.
Hi. Thank you. Ciao, Javi. I feel good. I definitely roller coaster ride on this one. It was tough. It's another one done. I'm actually starting to get a little sand right now. Because now it's over. And I'd rather do this than hang out at the hotel. Howdy.
Oh, that's on the back.
You know it firsthand.
Yeah, it was a slog.
There's not gravel in this country. It's either rock, boulders, or huge stones, or you're on pavement. So you either go fast or you go slow. Sophia's been sleeping for like 9 days.
While the top 3 finishers catch up on some much-needed sleep, Andrea Zayman of Germany breaks camp early after almost no rest. She has been slowly gaining ground on Jenny Tuff, and as the race comes to a close, she finds herself full of energy and within striking distance of winning.
I didn't hack it. I tried to go through the night and then I didn't. I was about to go down this like massive mountain bike descent and thought, I can't keep my eyes open. And they had to have consequences, so I slept for a couple hours. But well.
Maybe she doesn't know I'm coming. That would be cool. But it won't be fact. I don't know. I slept 6 minutes. Yeah, I set an alarm for 7, but when the alarm rang, I was already on my bike again. I was actually going to go sleep because I had heard you right through the night. And then at 4, I checked the tracker. She must have slept because she was only 25k away. And then I was like, okay, let's go.
Less than 100 kilometers from the finish, Jenny realizes what her brief sleep has cost her and puts in one last push to try and seal her victory just before being stopped in her tracks by the sand.
Why is this here? Why? Keep on looking over my shoulder. She's not there yet. So, 3.5 kilometers. I have a fantasy of like cycling to the finish. That's kind of how it played it out in my mind. Not like this. Am I gonna cycle to the finish? You know the answer. You seen it?
Yeah, I think you are.
Oh God.
Bad.
Hey!
Nice. Nice.
Hey! Woo!
How you feel?
Hi. How you doing?
Are you okay?
I didn't like the sand.
Oh no, it was good. It gave you time to reflect. You just think about the good things, all the fun parts.
Oh, that's not what I did during that time.
You just pissed the whole time.
Hooray.
Mission completed.
So happy.
There you go.
Thanks very much.
Well done.
Where do I get that stamp?
It's completed. There you go.
Wow, fantastic. You're done.
Like it's, I mean, at 3 we're gonna go through and see.
So the Atlas Mountain Race was quite a ride for me. It started challenging.
Yeah, the Atlas Mountain Race was warm, dusty, remote, and just a big challenge.
Dry. Dry.
Dehydrating.
Dry.
Dusty.
Brutal.
Challenging.
Grueling.
Challenging is a really boring word, but this race is absolutely defined by just being a brutal challenge.
Rocky.
Rocky.
Hot.
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 Hard. And just beautiful.
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 Magical.
Mystical, if that's one. Epic. And awesome, I suppose. Fun.
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 Bloody saddle sauce. Yeah, man.
Morocco? More like, more rocks, yo.
I think that's a wrap.
Yep, nailed it.
At Pasadena High. 1984, go Cougars.
Just got stuck. No road. Gonna go back, but you know, on the way to the car.